One thing we like to do, we do our best to do it, is, come on over here, Kenneth, and that is to keep you updated on what's going on with the building process. And Sister Holy Ghost, that's my wife, Delia, this week said, you know, we haven't really given an update lately, so we really ought to just let people know. We actually had some folks that were newcomers that didn't know we were building a building. We're in the process of building the building, which will look similar to this right here. Let me give you a quick update. God blessed us. God did it. He gave us property. And, I mean, we're still paying for it, but He gave it to us. He gave us the opportunity. And all of this that's happened has happened in the last 2.5, 3 years. And then about a year ago, we were able to secure financing. And then we've started the building process. And I'll tell you what, I am just grateful for the day that John Fox walked into our lives. We were looking at a lot of different builders, and he came by one day and talked to Kenneth. I think Kenneth was here, and Delia they were here, and he talked to them. And Kenneth told me, he said, Dad, you need to meet this guy. And so when I met John's standing there in the back. I know he's wanting a lot of attention right now. So he's actually waiting for somebody. But when I met John, you know, all of the other builders faded into oblivion, and so we sing his praises, and I thank God for him. And then they became members of the church, and so next time around we'll get another builder so that we can get new members. And so anyway, Kenneth, do us a walk through where we are right now.
So I went and took some footage this week of just the property. I'm going to just kind of walk through. This is the outside as you would kind of drive in here. These are the beams that are already put up. Those are cedar beams, and they're being stained right now. Actually, James here in the church is staining it. And it is coming along really, really well. As you can see, the drywall is up. The AC units are up there they're going in. This is the front of the stage. That insulation will obviously be covered up. Everything will be covered up there. Some lighting trusses that we've installed this week. This is the back of the sanctuary. On the right side there's the kitchen that is right off of the sanctuary that we can do banquets and that kind of thing inside there. Just some more rooms with the AC units put in there. These are the bathrooms, and we said we want individual bathrooms. So there's not
we
just
have got stall. We got your own room.
You got your own room. You can
your own room.
Go for it.
Hype music.
And both the men's and the women's, and then they're right off of the lobby here. It's the other side of the lobby as it pans over. At the entrance to the sanctuary there. This is the Connect Center where that guy's at, where you can get information, all that kind of thing.
That's the ceiling.
That's the ceiling. And it'll have a drop ceiling, and this portion here is the fireplace that goes up, and that'll be stoned, I think. This is the children's area here. To the right is the children's sanctuary, and it's like a smaller version of this room right here. You can see out into the lobby. Over here are the nurseries, nursery, preschool, the toddler area, and we connected them in the back with bathrooms, so they don't even have to go out in the hallway to get into the bathroom if they need to use the restroom. Then we're going to come out here, and the preschool room is right here. It's a little bit bigger for the preschool room because they're a little bit more crazy. And then on the back patio, this is the back patio, 2,400 square feet of patio. So we'll be able to do events out here. We'll be able to do weddings. We're painting the ceiling right now. Chuck has been painting the ceiling black. This is going back in here. We built a second story for storage. Some of you guys know that storage is like the one thing that you never think about when you're building. So we built a lot of storage. This is the youth room for middle school class Sunday morning and youth room on Sunday nights. And then coming out of that, it connects with the offices. And there's two ways to get in here. But we have two dedicated offices, an administrative office and then an office for Pastor Paul and Delia. And this is like a communal office here in the middle. And then this is probably one of my favorite rooms in the whole place, which is called the Dream Team Lounge. So on Sunday mornings, if you're serving on Dream Team, if you're serving somewhere in the church, you get to come early for snacks and coffee, and it's kind of like just a relaxing place just for those serving. This is what we call the homeroom suite, where we will do classes and teach growth track and all that. And then you can see it comes back into the lobby right here. So that's a quick walkthrough of the property, and I'm just so excited. Every week there's more and more things happening, and it's just exciting.
And I'm trying to recover from my dizziness because
Sorry.
we went through that real fast. That's all right. I wanted to share with you where we are on the finances. You know, we secured our loan on the understanding that there were certain finishes and furnishings we had to take care of. And the last time that I spoke to you about this, that's about $114,000 that we would continue to raise toward the completion of the building. And I presented that, I think, 6 weeks ago. To date, about $30,000, I think a little bit more than that, has come in. We ascribed a dollar amount to each one of the squares, $7. And anyway, both of these numbers here are wrong, but I'll put that up to you anyway. I was a little optimistic. It's a little bit more like 4,500 square feet, and it's 27%, not 3.8%. I did this at 1 o'clock in the morning, and so that's why it showed up that way. But anyway, that should be shaded, and the shaded's not really showing up, but it comes into the sanctuary there. That's about how much. So we're just continuing to believe God for the rest of that. Y'all have been faithful. I'll tell you what, I don't have time to go into it, but God has done one miracle after the other to make this a reality.
One of the things that, like Pastor Paul said, when we got the financing for the loan, there were certain things that we said we will take on ourselves, projects in there that we will do ourselves. So there's at least a dozen guys already in the congregation that have gone out to the property and served doing different things. But over the next couple months, we're getting ready to transition into the new building. And so the date that we're looking at right now is the middle of October. So we have a window, middle of October to the middle of November. So sometime in there, that's where we're looking at. And I just wanted to share with you what that transition is going to be like. Because, you know, we've all moved to another house, and, you know, you can't just move in and then the next day it's just moved in. So what we're doing is the last Sunday we have here, we will all be together here. So children's ministry, everyone will be in this room together, and we'll just celebrate our last service here. And then in the meantime, or prior to that, we will have packed up a lot of things in the building. So all the children's ministry things, the office things, and we're going to do a moving day right after church on that last Sunday here. So bring your truck, bring your SUV. We'll load up our cars and everything. And we'll move stuff over to the new building. And then that next Sunday, it will be a celebration Sunday where we will do a walkthrough. Pastor Paul will share with us, just kind of how we got to where we're at in more detail. And we'll do a video walkthrough similar to what we did here. And then we all get the opportunity to just go through and walk through the building. You know, check out all the rooms, look at all the TVs on the wall, you know, see what's happening, and just get the chance to experience it. You know, sometimes we don't want to just move in and go, okay, we're here, now let's get to work. You know, we want to celebrate it. We want to enjoy it as well. So that's what that will be like. It'll be like a 2-week process. And in the meantime of that, we have all these projects. I'll list a couple of them for you. We are doing all the painting. So we will be painting all the walls. We're painting the underside, like this ceiling is white. So is the ceiling, on the back patio. We're going to be painting that black. We're going to be painting the inside of the sanctuary ceiling black. So that's a huge project. We're staining all the floors similarly to how we're doing right now, as well as tiling. There's other projects.
So people know how. I mean, just see Kenneth. If you have something that you could offer in the way of trades, we want people to paint who have painted before.
Right.
And so that type of thing.
But there is sometimes we get in this position somewhere we go, I wish I just had, a $100,000 check I could write right now, but I can come out on a Saturday and right. I can give some sweat equity into this building as well.
Trash cleanup, all that kind of stuff. You have a pickup truck, a lot of stuff has to be carried out, taken to the dumpster. On December the 9th, which is a Friday night, we'll have our dedication, and on the 11th, which is a Sunday, we'll have celebration. We're setting that for December 9th. Just save that date. I don't think we have a pick with that, but just save that date. And that's an important thing to remember, too. Anything else that
We have a
need?
special guest coming in
Yeah,
for that.
a lot of special guests because people have really contributed to our ministry since we've been here, and a lot of them will be showing up. Jaron Davis will be here, and he's actually wrote a chorus. He's writing a song right now that's a new worship song he's dedicating to the church. Anyway, that's going to be happening.